Check, check, check. A 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. Okay, we're going to be live here shortly. I'm just checking out the video. Make sure that we are live. Yes, we are live. Okay. All right, welcome to Zeke's Metal Detecting Finds, a.k.a. Glenn. Yours truly. And this round, what I want to talk about is join me as we ride out the winter storm. I'm here in Texas and been doing a bunch of, night hunts as well as some early morning coin shoots looking for some treasure. And, it looks like we're going to have a little delay here in the next few days, weekend to probably early next week because, we do have a storm here. And it's actually, let's see, I think it's in the let's see, we got some ice forming, wind, rain, snow, possibly air. And this is North Texas. And I think it's going to reach further down. I think they were even talking about like Florida and stuff getting hit. So that's going to be interesting. But so, hey, if I can't get out there and do a little metal detecting and maybe continue on with the break-even quest, I call it. Yeah, it's 34 degrees here. 34 degrees, and I think it's still dropping. I wanted then to just talk about some past videos I posted, specifically where I retired the old Fisher 1225X, the metal detector that I used for about 40 years. I'm still using it though. However, I did pick up the Nokta Makro Simplex Plus several years back, and I've been doing this break-even quest, trying to break even. Seeing how many clad coins I could pick up and maybe pay for it. Break even. Yeah, okay. So far, I'm about 30-something bucks into it, I think. Let me see. Let me go look at the Google Sheets and see if I can find where I am currently at the break-even quest. Let's see. 53. I think it's like 14 rounds so far this year, but 53 overall, about maybe almost 54 hours of metal detecting. Picked up the Nokta Makro Simplex Plus at $2.59 and 93 cents. I still have a ways to go. Coins today, clad coins. I'm just calling it clad coins. 38.19 so far. So, throw it in that 54 hours of finding basically 38 bucks in coins. Yeah, I got a way to go. Anyhow, what I did want to take us to is to talk about the Fisher 1225X, and some of you guys have been able to join me on some of the night hunts, the live streams, and all that. Been having a really good time. I've been using the neck harness with the phone in front of me so I can keep you guys engaged. When I got that Fox LE light, that was a big game changer in being able to go out and do some metal detecting at night at the local playgrounds, working the mulch and whatnot. And I've been really happy with it. And so it's kind of extended my metal detecting time, getting out there and doing a little bit more. Especially since, I also do a lot of fishing. So, got to balance it too. Got a couple of hardcore hobbies that I really like. But I did want to talk about the Fisher 1225X. This is a, you can see right in there, it doesn't have a whole bunch of bells and whistles. But this has been a very, very strong metal detector I had over the years. I think this is my second metal detector. I think the first one was at Radio Shack. Metal detector, a little small, whatever. I did a video on how to tune it in and everything, so I think you can still get it or get a knockoff of it. But let me go ahead and run this video so you can see. This was the last official hunt that I used the 1225X, except most recently, I think about maybe a couple of weeks ago, I pulled it out, put some more 9-volt batteries in there, and went out there and did a little detecting. And what I want to do is, here we are, we're kind of weathering the storm. We can't get out there and do some coin hunts, night hunts, early morning hunts, but we can certainly take a look at some past trips, and maybe with you guys on the stream, maybe have some things to call out, maybe some suggestions, tips. I'm always open for that. Okay, let me go ahead and kick this off.
1225X Fisher set 5.5 and discrimination, and 7.5 on sensitivity. And we're going to give this shot and then we're going to give this park a try. We've been to this one several times before in the past, but it'll be the first time this year. First up is over here by this little roundabout deal. Strong hit. Let's go check it out. Like it's right here. Oh, it looks like a quarter. All right, let's start the day with a quarter. Quarter was
okay, and again, the thing to call out about the Fisher 1225X, there's no bells and whistles. You don't get a target ID. You don't have a depth display. You just have discrimination and sensitivity. And in the case of sensitivity, sometimes it'll get kind of crazy on you, especially if you're near a bunch of power lines and whatnot. You may have to kind of tweak the sensitivity up or down, in this case down, when you get that interference. I've gone, did some searches and whatnot where I had this constant crackling noise because of that interference, but I was still able to find some pretty good finds over the years. The key there, though, is on the discrimination. It's kind of one you want to tweak and get used to. One of the first things you want to do when you're getting your machine is basically learn how the sounds it makes, and if you do have a target ID, what ID it'll return for those different targets that you are picking up on your coil. All right, so this round, you heard that loud, distinct sound. I'm going to go ahead and replay it. That is the sound of a quarter, or possibly other good things when you're using this particular model, the Fisher 1225X. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I got to jump it back.
Here several times before in the past,
okay,
but it'll be the first time this year. First up is over here by this little roundabout.
Listen for the sound.
Strong hit.
Pretty strong.
Let's go check it out.
Definitely want to have a pinpointer.
Like it's right here. Oh, it looks like a quarter. All right, let's start the day with a quarter. Quarter was over here. We're getting another hit over here. So less than 3 feet away. Sounds like it's over here somewhere. It's a penny. Nice shiny penny. Quarter and a penny over here by the little roundy thing. We're going to go over here by the swings next. Over here at the big play set, that's usually been a consistent producer for us. But let's go and just do it methodically and see what we get. Swings, and we also tried that little pole thing and nothing, but we're over here by this squiggly thing that also spins, and we're getting a hit right. Let's see. Right there. This is the pole. This is where we're getting that hit. So let's go check it out. Oh, right on top. A shiny dime. Okay, had the dime over here. Getting another hit over here now after once around the pole. Let's see what this one could be. Sounds like it's on top. Yep, it's a penny. I think we may have a spill pattern here because we found a dime here, found a penny here, and now we're getting a hit over here. All fairly close to each other. Yeah. So let's see what this one could be. Somewhere over here. There it is. Another penny. Found some coins over here on the left. Now we're going to go over here to the right. This big play set and kind of play it by ear. Let's see what we find. It's a signal. It's one that we always watch out for when we're near poles. So there's the pole. Come out. Going straight back to the pole. I'm hearing something right over here. So let's see what that signal can be. Oh, I see it right there. Looks like a penny. Yeah, it's a penny. By the play set. See what that could be. Oh, right on top. Just under the mulch. Shiny dime. Feet from the dime is this guy. There it is. Penny. All right, we're under the play set and we're getting a hit right there. Let's see what this could be. Oh, I see it. I think it's a dime. Oh no, it's a quarter. Nice. The play set. Getting that hit. See it? Another one under the mulch. Another quarter. Yeah, another quarter. Still under the play set. This time, got a signal here. And then right here. Let's go check this one out first. There it is. Quarter just under the mulch. Nice. All right. Let's go see what's over here to the left. Yeah, right about there. Oh, another quarter. Holy cow, this is nice. Let's just see, just in case. Okay, we got the pole here, but I'm getting something over here. Hear it? So, let's see what that could be. I see it. Looks like this one is a dime. Not bad. A quarter, quarter, and a dime. Soon, quarter, quarter, dime, and now there's something right here. I'll show you real quick. So, something must have spilt. Right there. I think this is a penny. Okay. Yeah, a penny. Still sweeping the area. Quarter, quarter, dime, penny. Now over here by this pole, that's the pole, and that's something else right here. Getting the double signal. So let's go check that out. Right there. Looks like a penny. Yeah, a penny. Nice. A lot. Someone dropped something here. Okay, I'm still here. Same spot. Another target. So, keep sweeping the area and getting good hits. Oh, wow. I think I just found another quarter. Yeah.
And if you can hear that loud return, it's a very clear signal. There's no choppiness. There's no static. That's usually how I would be able to tell that I've got a decent target, a good target, when I'm using this fisher. Again, there's no visual indicator telling you what it may be. It's all done by sound. All right. And before I started doing these videos, I used to just wear a headset. The fisher does not have a volume control, so I would have a headset from Radio Shack from way back when, and I had the ability to adjust the volume from either ear. And yeah, it was a game changer because I could use that headset, and be it loud areas, the beach, etc., I could get those faint hints of a clear signal. And so it definitely helped having the headset. On top of that, the battery would just last that much longer. So that was the other thing. But when I started doing these videos, I got an ask from one of the viewers, "Hey, can we hear the sound of your machine? We really like to hear what that sounds like while you're out there searching." And I find that it's much more engagement and audience participation when you can see and hear what's happening with the machine. All right, let's keep going.
Oh no, this is a nickel. Okay. Okay, we're still under the swing set, or the play set, where we found all those coins just a moment ago, and just a few feet from there I'm getting this hit. It's here. Oh, no, there it is. It's a nickel. Nice. Okay, found that nickel that way, still under the play set, and getting this hit. I slowed down the sweep just to concentrate on the area, and hopefully we'll find more of these guys. Oh, right there. What is this guy? Another nickel. You know what nickels mean? Rings, gold rings, possibly. Okay, I found the nickel here. Now I'm getting something here. Oh, a penny. All right, still under the play set. Getting a lot of coins here. Pretty cool. And here's something. We've been to this several times now, and we're just going back and forth just to make sure. And it looks like we're missing some. So looks like we're the second time around, third time around is working. Let's see where this one is. There it is. Penny. All right, penny. And let's just sweep it just in case. Yeah, something's still there. Right there, it looks like something shiny. Looks like a dime. Okay, and that one had multiple hits, so that was 2. Let's see. Okay, that's the pole. It's the other pole. Okay. I think that's it. Well, we found a bunch of those coins. Now we're over here by this little slide, and I'm getting a hit right over here.
Okay, and I do want to call out. So you see how I was working the coil. I've got the structure, the playground set has these metal poles, and if you sweep side to side, you're going to get a double return. It's going to sound like you have a signal, a target, and you're going to want to dig it up. Well, a quick check, instead of going side to side or crossways, just go straight into the pole. Okay, so you have the pole right here, the pole right here in front of you. Let's say you take your machine and just start going basically back and forth toward the pole, and you basically kind of make like the rays of the sun kind of draw it out. And what you're listening for is you'll get a return from the pole in one direction, but as you pull away, you won't hear anything unless there's another target down there, and then you'll hear that double target, beep 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 beep, and then once you do locate one, or you get that signal, kind of slow your coil down and kind of move back a little bit, and you may be able to kind of pinpoint it and locate it. And then worst case scenario, sometimes it's really close to the pole. Just take your pinpointer and just jam it right in there and start sweeping. A lot of times I found some coins in that manner by just kind of getting right up there with the initial indication coming from the machine, but then the pinpointer finishing the job and finding that coin that is butted up against that structure. All right. Here I call this the drop zone. So it's a slide drop zone. They run around and things fall out. In this case, I think I found something.
There it is. El Penny. Nice. Right over here, other part of the playset. Nickel. Strong hit. Just a few feet down from that nickel. This one's right on top. I think I see it. Yeah, it's a penny. Take note is I've got discrimination set at 5, so that's probably why we pick up a lot more of those nickels. And I'm surprised I'm not picking more trash either, so hey, let's just keep it on 5. Here's a hit. Well, that's the other reason why we kind of have to play with that 5 setting. Got some foil. Next hit. This is by the slides. Right there. This one is a quarter. A penny. Liking these quarters. Looks like a nickel. Nickel on top. Here's a hit. Well, what is this? It's very shiny. Oh wow, it's a dime. Really shiny dime. It's almost like it's new. Let's see what the date is on here. Oh wow, it's a silver dime. 1964 silver dime. Oh man, it's been a long time since I got one of these guys. Woohoo! Silver dime.
You know, and one thing to call out there is that park is not that old. It's a fairly new park, at least back then. And so someone lost the silver dime basically, and I just lucked into it. So, in fact, I still have that silver dime up in my closet with my other coins and stuff collection that I've just accumulated that I haven't gotten rid of. All right.
Found the silver dime over here, right by this little steppy thing, and getting this guy right here. Let's see what it could be. It's a penny. We'll take it. Pennies are nice. I'm gonna go back to this side of the park. This is where I searched it at 5.5. With discrimination at 5, maybe we might find some nickels here that we missed. Okay, here's a hit. Let's see what this could be. Looks like a dime. It's not silver though. You can tell by its coloring that it's tarnished compared to that really nice shiny silver dime. Here's a strong hit. There it is, nickel. All right, so that dime we found was a section we skipped when we were working the left side of the part, but found this guy and we were over it earlier, so that's discrimination 5 is making the difference. Here's today's catch while we were dirt fishing. So there's the 1225X set at 5.5, and then we put it to 5, sensitivity 7.5. There's the trowel that we like using because it's pretty sturdy, and that Garrett pinpointer, and got a whole bunch of coins and got the silver dime. Let's go check it out. Let's count it up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quarters, 6 dimes to include that silver dime right there. That's the silver one. You can tell because it's really shiny compared to the other ones. We got 6 nickels and 13 pennies. So not bad for a morning dirt fishing trip.
Okay, so hey, that was the last trip I had, official trip before I retired the 1225X. All right, so I have since replaced it with the Nokta Makro Simplex Plus. And with this next video, what I want to do is just show you, I think I just picked it up about a couple of weeks before, and I was like, let's kind of play around with it some. And learn the machine. Okay, and so I bought the Fisher 1225X in 1986 from Kellyco Metal Detector, the Kellyco company over there in Florida. And I replaced it with the Nokta from the same company. So I ended up ordering it back from them also. Let's see. So this is it right here. I'm going to shift over. Okay. Nokta Makro Simplex Plus. I think I had it for about a couple of weeks. And in the case of learning a machine, since I had some visual ID, I figured it's better to learn this thing. So this is just going to show you how I first got this machine and said, here, I need to go and learn it. So let's go find some targets. Okay.
Target ID sampling so that yours truly can get an idea how the simplex, the Nokta Makro Simplex works. And with that, I've got some different coins and some different things that I usually find when I go metal detecting. I made a little cheat sheet to go set this up, so really it's just 3 steps. So let's go get it started. So turn the power on. Okay, it's on. Okay, I'm gonna set the mode to field 2 right there using these 2 errors, the minus plus one. I'm gonna set the sensitivity using the minus or the up down button, and that's the sensitivity. So there's up, down. I'm just gonna keep it at 5 right now. Then I'm gonna set the volume by going to setting 1 by hitting this setting button here. Alright, and I'm just gonna keep it at, well, let's go make it loud so we can hear it. Then the next thing is I'm gonna set the ground balance. When you set the ground balance, you go to the next setting, hitting the setting button. That's gonna show this deal. It's got a 90, but you can hit this other button, which is the pinpoint button. Okay, so it's set, and now we're ready to go. Okay, so let's go do some target IDing.
Okay, before we go there, one thing that I started doing about maybe a couple of weeks ago now is I saw another YouTube creator, metal detector guy, and he was talking about not setting the ground balance, the auto balance for mineralization on the machine. Just leave it at the max 90. And here I am. I just been using this thing for years, and I learned what the sound was and the different target IDs when I set the automatic ground balancing. And he suggested going to the max 90, just leave it as is, since there's very little ground mineralization in his area. And sure enough, when I checked the machine here, I was getting no mineralization indication, especially in these playground areas here in North Texas. Didn't have any problem, so I left it at the straight 90. And I did notice I was picking up more nickels, yes, more pull tabs, but I was starting to get into that zone where, guess what? You get the rings, those gold rings and whatnot. So ever since then, I even went back to some of these places that I hunted before, just a few weeks before, and I could notice I was picking up some more stuff. So if you don't have to set your ground mineralization, I would say leave it as is, max out at 90, and go for it. All right. But again, before you do that, make sure you learn your machine. In this case, I was learning my machine by its target ID, okay, as well as listening for the sound.
So the first thing I'm going to do is just start out with the pennies. This is a 2021 penny, coming in at 67. Okay. Next one is a 2000 penny, coming in at 66. Okay, so that was the pennies, and they came in the 60s. Actually, the 1978 penny went all the way up into the 70s. So now let's go try some wheat pennies. So this is a 1946 wheat penny. That's coming in really high, 78. Let's try a 1954 wheat penny. And that's coming in 77. That's good to know. All right, next up are the nickels. Let's try a 2015 nickel. Okay, coming in at 30. a 2004 nickel. That one's also in the 30s. A 1997 nickel. That's also in the 30s. Yeah, all right, good to know. All right, let's go check out the dimes next. I got a 2007 and a 1996 dime. We'll start with the 2007. It's coming in at 77, 78, 1996. And that's also 77, 78. Okay. All right. Now let's go with these quarters. I got a 2018 quarter, a 1981 quarter. 1981 quarter is the one before they started doing the state in the back, and then a bicentennial quarter, so 1976. So let's start out with the 2018. We've been getting these in the 90s. And sure enough, 90, 91. All right, next one is the bicentennial. 90. Okay, 1981. And that's also 90. Nice, and you can hear that loud noise. Okay, good stuff. Now let's go try some trash. Okay, different trash I have. I got a screw, I got some foil, I got a nail, I got a paper clip, I got a little lead split shot for fishing, and a pull tab, and then a piece of copper wire. Got a feeling that copper wire may be like a penny. So let's go try these out real quick. Let's start out with the copper wire. Oh wow, it's not even registering. Okay, it's good to know. Just so clicky noises. Okay, here's that screw. Okay, that's like 15s. Here's some aluminum foil. Well, let's just get that back over here. Aluminum foil. 1820s. Sounds different than the nickel that was in the 30s. Here's a nail. Okay, that's a 9s, plus a little weird clicky noise or grinding noise or buzzer noise maybe. Here's a paper clip. Paper clip. Okay, it's not registering. Okay, let's do the lead split shot for fishing. All right, it's not registering. Oh wait, there we go. 30s, sounded like a little nickel, but different sound, like a not as strong as a nickel. Here's that pull tab, aluminum pull tab. Oh man, that sounds like a lot like a nickel. It's coming in 30s, 36s. Okay, now let's just flip these all over and let's see if we can guess what they are. All right, I got them all on the ground, got some wind, and let's see if we can find out or determine what they are. Some are getting blown around, but let's go see if we can determine what they are based on the sound. All right, let's start over here. 35s. Maybe that's a nickel. Oh, it's the pull tab. Dang, should have figured that out. It was 35s versus the 30s for the penny or for the nickel. 66. 66. I think that's a penny. Yeah, that's a penny. All right, let's go here. Clicky noise. Some kind of trash. Yeah, not registering. I think that's probably that wire. Yeah, that's a wire. Okay, next. 67, 60s. I think that's a penny. Yeah, that's a penny. Yeah, that's a penny. 70s, 70 somethings. Pretty good separation too. So 70s, I think that's a dime. Oh man, it's a wheat penny. All right, good to know. I think that's a dime. Oh, that's also the wheat penny. All right, 70s, the wheat penny. Okay. 80s, I think that's the dime. No, it's a 1978 penny. Wow, that threw me. I have to remember that. Okay, not registering. Paperclip. Piece of lead. 70s. I think that's the penny. Oh, it's a dime. Okay, dime. Let's try this one. 90s, that's a quarter. Yep. 22s. Nail maybe? Or the screw? Oh, foil. Foiled again. 90s, that's a quarter. Yep. 20s. 20s. Oh. 20s, 30s. Let me think. Screw. Oh, it's a nickel. Shoot. That's gonna mess me up. That was a nickel. That's a quarter. 90s. 70 something. That's a dime. Yep, that's a dime. Clicky noise. Oh, wait. I think that's a nickel there. Yep. And then that. And that. I think that's junk, and I think this is something else. Maybe that screw. So I think that's like a paper clip. Yep. I think that maybe that screw. Yeah, screw. All right. Not registering. And it's coming in at 30s. I think that's a nickel, and that might be a wire. Yeah, that was a nickel. And that may be the wire. Oh, it's the nail. All right. Well, that's something I'll have to get used to. I'll just mark it down and make a little table so I can remember these different things. But all right. So cool. Set up, turn it on. I put it on field 2. Then I set the sensitivity. And then after that, I went with the volume. And then I went with the ground balance. All right. So I'll just recap it real quick again. Let me turn it off. Turn it back on. Okay, I'm doing this from memory now. Okay, so first thing is set it to field 2 by using these arrows. So it's on field 2. And then the next is set the sensitivity, like these up down buttons. So there, I'm gonna leave it on 5, and then hit the setting. That gets me volume. I'll leave it all the way up there. Then I'm gonna go the 1978 penny went all the way. Maybe the wire. Oh, it's the.
And then hit the wrong button.
All right, so
sorry.
Just recap it real quick again by using these arrows. So it's on field 2, and then the next is set the sensitivity, like these up down buttons. So there, I'm gonna leave it on 5, and then hit the setting. That gets me volume. I'll leave it all the way up there. Then I'm going to go to ground balance, and at this point I'm going to hit the pinpoint and go up and down till I hear the beep telling me it's ground balance. There's the beep. Okay. All right, and that's it.
Okay, so that was what I did after I retired the 1225X, and this baby came in the mail, the Nokta Makro Simplex Plus. And one of the first things I did was go ahead and do this test where you have these different targets. I was listening as well as kind of memorizing the different target IDs. And sure enough, you know, those dimes, those nickels, they can really throw you. Those pennies, different years when they were minted, jump up all the way to the 70s, drop down to the 60s. The nickels, they can jump into the 30, 20 to 30 range. That was when I was using that ground mineralization, ground balancing. I have since shifted over and don't do it anymore, just to see and pick up more targets. But this was good. It was like a little refresher because I forgot some of the stuff that fooled me in the past. Okay, so now that I've shown you this, I went back to one of my more recent videos where I went out with the Nokta. And let me see if I can show you that one. Okay. Let's see. All right, let me shift over. Here we go. And here I can probably make some adjustments in the view so you can actually see more of it. So let me just adjust it real quick. And this was one, I believe, the second day, so January 2 of this year. Okay. And what I want to show is how the hunt went, but at the same time, we just watched this one video where I was showing you the different target IDs. Let's see how I applied it in the field in this case. So let's give it a try.
Texas, it's a little chilly. I forgot what temperatures were, but much chillier than yesterday, in fact. And so I've got my gear on, got the Nokta Simplex 2 locked in right now. I got the ground interference set and got my pinpointer ready. And let's go find something. So this is a park that's pretty popular here. I only have maybe about 30 minutes or an hour or so before kids and stuff start showing up in families. So I'm gonna try focusing on some of the key areas like the swing area, this little bouncy bounce area, and then maybe this wall or into the playground itself before a lot of folks start showing up. So let's go ahead and start. We'll start over here by these little bouncy bounce things and let's see what happens. Okay, interference, okay. Just keep working it quick. I'm working it quick because I don't have much time. Okay, low numbers there. That's probably trash, but we'll check it. Yep, I see it. Trash, it looks like. No, I lost it. There it is. Little piece of, oh, it's a bolt. Okay, it goes in the bolt pile or the trash pile. All right, and we'll just kind of keep working quickly because, again, it's about 7:30 or so this morning, Friday, January 2nd. And I just want to do a quick search, some high traffic areas at the local park here. And it's a fairly good sized one. I could spend hours here searching it, but I don't have that amount of time. Okay, so we'll just start with these little bouncy things. I'm going to go to the slides, or the swings, work that area, and then we'll kind of play it by ear at that point. Okay, all right. So all I found there was a bolt. Let's go to these swings here. All right, so one thing, I think I said this in another live stream where I like these parks where they have this mulch because it just makes life so much easier to go and dig your find and whatnot. Okay, all right, slim picking so far, not hearing much. Okay, doing a quick search, sweeping.
So I was showing that earlier video where I was picking up a ton of coins, and I think that was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So what a difference the years make. It looks like there's a lot less coins being found, at least what I've noticed recently. And I think it's because a lot of folks don't pay cash anymore. It's a lot of electronic transactions. Yours truly, the only reason why I have some cash in my wallet right now is because I cashed in these coins that I got metal detecting. Other than that, I would be using my debit card. All right, just good to know. But you may find less coins, but there's still jewelry out there. So, hey, let's see what we can do in 2026. Even though this storm is kind of delaying things, what I'm hoping to do, at least to get yours truly through, and maybe you guys join me in this, is I'll just recap some past hunts and maybe pick up on some pointers that I forgot about. Right. In this case, I'm just already picking up some of these different target IDs when I went and did that first test with this 1220, or correction, with this Nokta Makro Simplex Plus.
Left and right, let's see what happens. Over here on these little kid swings, a lot of times I'll get coins up close, mainly because of the parents standing there, but then later on, if you stand out a little bit further, you might find a few coins. These 30s, ooh, that could be a nickel or it could be a pull tab. Let's see. Take advantage of the pinpointer. Oh, look at this. Or it could be a zipper. I found many of those over the years. Wow, a zipper. All right, hi. What are you doing? Metal detecting. Howdy, howdy. Shout out. Gabriel Halyard, howdy, howdy. Just trying to find some stuff. Metal detecting. Got a chance to get out here before folks start coming up. This is a really large park. Okay. But mainly folks come out here and they start working out and running, walking, etc. And later on, as it warms up, the kids will come out. They did like some marathon deal for January 1st, and they pretty much did like this run where they just kind of go and run. Geez, a marathon multiple times around the park. Okay, so slim pickings here at the tot lot kid swing area, but we'll go on to the bigger kids swing area here in a moment. Just doing some quick sweeps, and I'm chilly right now. I got my coat on and everything. Okay, all right, let's go back over here. All right, let's see, let's go back this way. Okay, nothing yet. Shout out Alex, howdy howdy, 1600, no. I work out about 5 days a week, and I do about 2 miles. Did that already. I'm one of these early risers, which also helps with metal detecting these places, because right now I got the whole playground area to myself. This wall area seems to be pretty popular. I found some good stuff over there. Let's go try the swings now. Shout out. A lot of folks want to be shouted out to. Wow, okay. Abby Hatcher, howdy howdy. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's sweep it. Let's sweep it. Come on, baby. Yeah, ever since gone away from coins, it's been less coins I've been finding, but I did find a bracelet yesterday. Yeah, that was pretty cool. You could check my other live stream. I think I put it in the community post where you can see what I've found so far. And so far it's been kind of slim, other than I did get that bracelet and I think some coins. A weedy penny, in fact. Okay, here's something. 60s. That could be a penny. Let's check it out. Okay, let's see. Right there. That could be a penny. It could be trash. It's right there. Let's check it out. All right, what do we got? Okay, I may have kicked that out already too. Let's check it out. Let's get the pinpointer going. Yeah, I kicked it out. Got some interference here. Keep moving it. Could be one of those little copper metal things too. Oh, there it is. Penny. Yeah, I was right. Nice. Okay, cool. D-City. Let's see. Let me just clear some stuff.
So remember earlier I was picking up pennies in the 60s range, and sure enough, there it is. So again, rule of thumb: you get a new machine, definitely learn your machine. It doesn't hurt to just. What I did was I took some note cards, put a a nickel, a dime, these different targets, and I just kind of did a sweep over them and just kind of learned how the sound as well as what the target ID was registering. And then at the tail end of it, I went ahead and just flipped them all over on the note cards. I had the coin taped on there so you can flip them over, not know what they are, and you can kind of move through them and kind of get an idea what your machine is registering. And in there was some trash in the mix. Had paper clip, some copper wire, a nail, a screw, and that just kind of gets you ready to take your machine out into the field, because the last thing you want to do is you're on the hunt and you're not sure what your machine is registering. It's probably a good idea to do that before you actually take it out for to wherever you're going to be searching. Okay. All right, let's keep going.
Off here. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Let's see if we can find something. Okay, so here I'm getting interference from the play set here. I'm in Texas. Let me extend this out a little bit. All right, and I'm using a Nokta Makro Simplex Plus. It's one that you can charge, so that's pretty nice. My old one, you had to use batteries and replace them. This is a rechargeable battery, so that works out nicely. And okay, all right, slim pickings. All right, let's go do the drop zone now. All right, right over here. And let's see if we can pick up something. So far, it's been a penny and what was it, a bolt. Okay, all right. So yeah, I find less coins now, but seems to be other things, other stuff. Like I got a zipper also, so woohoo, rock on there. I used to get a lot of stuff here, but that's how things change. But people still lose stuff, you know. Like I was saying in a previous stream, I'll probably live stream some of my past finds just to give you an idea of what you can find with a metal detector. Let's see. All right, nothing in the drop zone area. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Outstanding. Okay. There we go. I'll mix signal here. Hear that? Okay, that's usually trash, but we're gonna go ahead and check it since we haven't been getting many targets at all today. There it is. Guess what? Another bolt or thing or whatever. Maybe an Allen screw, I think. I think the head looked like one. Okay, let's go and keep sweeping. All right. So here we go. Oh, wow. These, and look at that. Right on top, a quarter. Like I was saying, the drop zone. Hey, cool. Okay, cap head bolt. All right, cool. Cap head bolt. Okay, so like I was saying, drop zone. Here's the swing set, and here's an area where they may have been running, dropping, dumping, and located one. All right, so let's go and do another sweep. Finish out the sweep. All right, and I think somebody called it out where I'm going too fast. I'm mainly searching the first 6 inches or so of ground because there is a underlayment here, and pretty much nothing goes past that underlayment since they laid that down years ago when they.
And then one thing to call out there that I want to throw out there is, yes, here I am, you know, metal detecting. I do have my phone right here, and it's pointed down to where you can see the coil and the machine, and even see the target ID at times as I'm swinging the coil. And I'm watching at the same time as I'm scanning or searching for any call outs in the chat. So this one individual has suggested, "Hey, you're going way too fast," and I agree. I was going way too fast. What happens, and what I learned over the years, when I first started metal detecting, I joined with these metal detecting clubs when I was back in college, back at A&M, Texas A&M, and I was the youngest guy there, and all these old timers were talking about the sweep and about going over and overlapping your search pattern. Because if you think of it, I got a wine glass. Think of it as, here's your coil, and as it goes down, it's going to be more of a triangular area or search. Okay, so if you're up here and it's shallow, okay, you're going to be picking up these guys. If it's further down, if you have a fast sweep, there's a big chance you're going to miss those deeper targets. And that's what he was referring to. So, yes, I was picking up things in the, let's say, 6 to 10 inch area, maybe 6 to 8 inch area, but I was probably missing a bunch of stuff down below here because I don't have, have to do a lot more overlapping searches. However, in the case of these playgrounds with this underlayment that they put before they put the mulch on there, typically they're about maybe 6, maybe 8 inches. I've gone as deep as a foot on some of them. So, yeah, I would suggest if it's an area that is a high value target area and you have the time, don't do your coil as fast as I'm doing here. Okay. Here I'm strapped for time. It's early morning, but it's starting to get later and people are starting to show at the park. And I have this rule of thumb. If I'm at a playground, I prefer to go when there's no one else there. So I go early morning, or since I got that Foxelly light, I go at night when there's no one around, or maybe there's onesie twosies out there. And I have the whole place to myself to go and search for these treasures, in this case, coins. Okay. And I could probably be more methodical and do a slower sweep. However, that was a good call out. I don't know who it was, but it was a very good call out. It just brought me back to my, got my high-tech SL1 EOS Rebel dealie here that I picked up from KEH Camera for like $120. Can't play full price for this camera gear. spend it on your fishing gear and your metal detecting gear. Oh, and maybe the 3D printer that you use to fix things. All right. So yeah, my camera gear is not the best. In fact, this is what I'm using to do my filming right here. Okay, so nothing fancy here. Just bottom line, get out there and metal detect, or in my case, metal detect and fish. Okay. All right. So good call out. Let's keep going. Oh, and certainly if you have anything to call out here, do so. I'm taking my time. Uh, it's like big time ice storm hitting now. I think we got a wintry mix here. I'm in North Texas, and I think a bunch of the lower 48 is getting hit hard right now this weekend. And hey, we can't go metal detecting. It's cold and weather's got us indoors, but we can certainly talk about it. All right.
They put the mulch over it, so you can pretty much do one of these fast sweeps like I'm doing. Okay, 70s, but it's faint signal too. Yeah, and then there is a structure they used to have that they took down, and you just got to remember where those little foundation posts that they have. It was used to be back over here, and every time I go there, I'll find it, and I just got to remember not to dig it up, because it's gonna be there. All right, so I just went on the other side of here. Go back to this other side and let's see what happens. And I may have about 30 minutes, maybe an hour, being able to search here before more folks start showing up. Since it's a little chilly and mainly people come out here to work out at this time of day, it's not been too bad. Okay, so we did this. Quarter, penny over here, back over there, nothing. We did get that cap head bolt as someone called out, and then I had a little other bolt over here. And now I'm gonna go back over here where this wall thing is. During the warmer months, a lot of kids come out here. This is like a little water play area right up there, and they'll usually stage themselves up on this little concrete deal. So we'll go over there, do a quick sweep around there, and then we'll start working inside here, and just see what happens. And then if we have more time, we'll continue on. Okay, a lot of trash, which is expected. Okay, now I'm here on the wall and the rebar from the wall. Here we go. Mixed signals. That may be something good.
Those mixed signals, they're always tough.
And it's trash. Foil. All right.
Yep.
Well,
Foil.
Easy come, easy go. Let's keep going. And at the end of this, I'll summarize what I got. And if you kind of count the things I picked up, it also gives you an idea how many of these deep knee bends I did, So a little exercise here. Here's a pull tab right here. So check how the pull tab sounds. He's 33 right now. Guess what else is in the 30s? Nickels. So that's the bane of the metal detector, these little pull tabs. Howdy, howdy. How's it going? Okay. All right. I think someone, oh wait, here we go. These again. Mixed signal. That could be another pull tab. And of course, we're over here close to the little play area. So we may, I lost it. We may, I may have kicked it out. We may get a bunch of these pull tabs. Right there. Okay. That's why these pinpointers are very helpful. Look at that. Pull tab. You got to dig these though, because a lot of times it could be that nickel. Also, I like my mock shoes.
You definitely have to have a pinpointer.
Fishing as well as metal detecting sprays. I got another set. These are all beat up and everything. You can see where the soles are coming out, but guess what? Super glue holds them in nicely. All right. Yeah, here we go. Mixed signal, 70s, 50s, 60s. I don't know. It could be anything. Trash, or it could be jewels. Let's see what it could be. It says something still here. It's a bottle top. All right. Well, I think because it's that large surface area, it does have a strong return. You see how it was jumping between 50s to 60s and 70s. That kind of gives you a good indication. Two things. It could be something good. It could be trash. In the case of something good, it could be sometimes where you have one kind of overshadowing the other. So I've had it before where I've had a good target here, a larger target to the right, but it was trash, and the trash was canceling out the good target, but I was getting some mixed signals, so I went ahead and would dig it, and sure enough, I'd get something. 30s again. 30s over here, 30s over here. We're getting some trash. I can see right there, right on top. Right on top. Okay, trashola. Okay, Shugu. Yeah, I have used Shugu too, but what I found is super glue. You know, the kind that I use when I'm fly tying. That's my other channel. I have another channel, Average Angler Life. I do more fishing than metal detecting, so this is more of another hobby that I have, and more of an opportune hobby, meaning there's not too many places to metal detect much in the area now. I fenced a lot of areas and kind of limit your access. So I'll tend to, when I see an opportunity, I'll go for it. And I did post, I had a question yesterday, I think it was, where someone was asking what was the best find. I found the date, and so far it's been this Aggie ring that had a diamond in it. And I posted it, and I kind of talked about what I did to get it one year, and another pull tab. And yeah, that was interesting. And I found that at a little tot lot. We ended up locating the owner. Yours truly's an Aggie. Hey, hook up another fellow Aggie. Okay, here's something. No, 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 no. Okay, all right, so that's the first sweep against the wall. The next thing I'll do is I'll just kind of step to the right a little bit, and I'll do another sweep around it. All right, and then we'll come back around again. May start going in the playground since we still have the playground to ourselves. Okay, here we go. What is that? Mixing, oh, foil right on top. Oh no, there it is right there. Little piece of foil. Yeah, all right. I did find a silver dime here once, and this is not an old playground. This is a fairly new one. I guess someone had a silver dime and they lost it out here. And then I think the last silver I got was a silver nickel. That was cool. Hadn't seen too many of those. Trash again. 18s, 17s or whatnot. Main thing is metal detector. My other metal detector was one that didn't have the target ID and all that, but it did have a really good return on the signal. And just based on the sound of the return, I could get a good idea if I had a good target or not. All right, and that one I actually found a fair amount of gold things, gold rings and whatnot over the years. Look at this little foil thing here from a candy wrapper. Didn't pick that up. Have you find some treasure today? Treasure? I got a quarter and a penny. I'll show you what I got so far here. And some zippers. All right, now I use these used EpiPen containers because they fit perfectly in my holster right here. Here, fit perfectly in there. It's got a little belt and everything. And I got my trowel. Again, single handle trowel, very strong, so it won't break on me. When I first started, I had those riveted trowels, and next thing I'd be breaking off. And then there's some fancy ones that have like a knife blade and all that, but I found that walking around with a knife blade looking tool gets you a lot of looks, if not calls, from the local folks, if you know what I mean. So best thing to do is just look innocent with your garden trowel. All right, okay, let's go to the playground. I'm gonna start right in the middle, high traffic area, and I'm mainly doing this mainly because I don't have much time here. Folks will start showing up with their kids here, and you don't want to interfere with that. Let's see, do you like Roman Empire stuff? I don't think I'm gonna find any Roman Empire stuff here. This is Texas, but it'd be cool to find something like that. I'd have to admit that. All right, let's go under. And I usually work the high traffic areas. The perimeter is what I call it, perimeter search. And I usually do that when I'm, look at that bolt right on top. I don't understand, is something falling apart or whatnot here? All right, okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Right on top, somebody dropped some kind of jewelry. Look at that. All right, let's see. Looks like costume jewelry, but hey, it counts. I like that. Keeps things interesting. All right, found some costume. Oh, wait, something here. 20s, likely trash, but we'll dig it. I'm digging it. All right, let's go. Oh, look at that. With me, that's a nickel. A nickel that came in the 20s. Oh no, a washer. Yeah, if I'm pulling up Roman coins here, yeah, I'd be planting them because I don't think the Romans made it here to Texas. All right. Okay, let's see. This is the classic drop zone area when the kids come sliding down here. But I'll work it here. I'm just gonna work the perimeter first. Okay, all right, let's work underneath. Quick swipe. That's the interference from the metal pole. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, nope. All right, here we go. 18s, likely trash, likely trash, likely trash. Let's see, where's that likely trash? There it is. What is that? No, that's not it. Let's do it again. Do over. Come on. This one's a little deeper. Wow, 20s, a little bit deeper. Let's pop it out. Okay, I think I might see it now, but I'm gonna check the hole just in case. Oh no, look at this. Look at that. Something definitely must be falling apart. Okay, cool. That goes in the other stash. Okay, I bet there is a lot of stuff to find. Not really. It comes and goes. All right, and yeah, since there's less coin usage, I'm finding less coins. Find a lot of trash, that foil stuff, and they do. This is mulch, and I think they mulch up some of the metal stuff in the mix, like cans and whatnot. All right, let me come back here, work the other side of this. That's the return from the metal playground set. Okay, here's something. Mixed signals, 60s, 70s, kind of all over the place though. No, somewhere over here, right there somewhere. Very faint signal, tells me it's deep, so let's just pop it real quick. And like I was saying, love this mulch because I can just dig in there and get to it and not worry about trying to really pinpoint initially. If I was working a grassy area, I'd definitely be taking advantage of pinpoint capabilities. No. All right, let's take the pinpointer. Sounds like it's over here to my right. Let's dig over here real quick. Pop it over. All right. Yeah, I used to have this plug set where you take a plug, build a plug, and you can dig in the turf and all that and find stuff. With these mulch areas like this, it's too easy just to dig in there. And then, of course, you got to cover it up. All right, I must have kicked it out. Let's see. No, that's not it. It was over here, and then I may have kicked it out. So I'm gonna push everything to the right. Let's knock this down a little bit. Sometimes you'll lose the return because if it's a coin, you may put it on its side, on its edge, and that could throw you. There we go. 70s. Let's see. This is about 5-inch deep. Okay, about 5-inch deep, and it said it's somewhere in this thing. So let's kick it out. All right, and then of course it could be some kind of trash, like there it is right there. Look at that. Nice trashola. That one threw me too. That should have been more of a better signal, but I guess metal wise it said no. All right, let's cover it up. Yeah, so they used to do sand in these playgrounds, and that was even better because if I go like to a volleyball court, I've got one of those little sand sifters because I used to detect on the beach way back when, and I still have it, and it works well on volleyball courts, sand volleyball courts. Here, I just need a trowel. All right. Oh, she wants me to blah 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 blah. No, I don't do that. It's metal detecting. Different live streams, I think, have those little dare whatevers. If they're gonna do that, they should just say it up front. But no. Little dare thing here, and this one isn't funded, no monetization or anything. I don't have enough subscribers or hours and whatnot. On my other channel I do, where you can donate as well as send gifts and super chats, but this one, no, this is old school. I get nothing other than what I find right now. But hey, who knows, maybe I might have more subscribers in 2026. But like I was saying, I do more fishing than metal detecting, at least in my current phase. Right here, trash. But I do like these live streams. They're fun because you get folks joining and they get to see, I want to take up metal detecting, or I want to take up fishing or something. And, you get all those fancy videos and edited this and that and sponsored stuff. And, they don't really tell you what it's really like to fish or to, in this case, metal detect. Well, right here, this is just seeing what you're getting. This is metal detecting. A lot of that, baby. Local authority digging up. Yes. Yeah, actually, it's one of the few cities here where you can do that. In the case of digging up, it's a mulch area. If you go on the grass, you'll definitely get hosed. But over here, dig all you want. Kids dig up all the time, and they remulch the whole area. Main thing is don't go past the underlayment, which is about anywhere between 6 to 12 inches down. You break up through the underlayment, they may get onto you. And there's cameras here. I've lived here 20 plus years, not had any issues with the local folks. Okay, hear that? Hear that? Okay, do you remember me? I'm not sure. Andy Lloyd? Okay, that sound right there, the 8s and 9s and that clicky sound, that's usually wire. And right there's wire. So yeah, in real life metal detecting, you want to learn about metal detecting and what it's like. Here's a good example. It's a lot of finding things like that. Okay, all right. Were you on another stream, Andy? Okay, let's do another circle. I'm gonna work in the middle here. Actually, no. Let's do a quick sweep here, then I'm gonna shift over to this other section here. Doesn't look like there's any families and kids out here yet, so let's be able to take advantage of this downtime in the park. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's trash, it sounds like. Over here sounds like that could be trash, could be a nickel. Let's start over here. And you can, there it is. You can see how valuable the pinpointer is in this 30s. Okay, all right there on top. What is that? The classic pull tab. Yes, get your hopes up high. It could be a nickel, could be a pull tab. It's been consistent. It used to be really bad when he used to have the pull tabs that we'd pull off and throw away, and be tons of them. Now there's not as many. More trash. All right, you definitely want to go ahead and pick up these things, because in the end, when you come back, there'll be less, hopefully. All right, appreciate your info here. UK, it's a nightmare. Bummer. Yeah, I definitely love the States here when it comes to a variety of things. Okay, here we go. More trash, it sounds like. Right there, foil. But hey, it's like getting a workout in. How many times have I just bent down and got on my knee and more trash and picked up this stuff? See right there? That has helped. I used to not have that. My knees would definitely be bothered. These, let's see, pull tab or nickel? What do you think? Let's do it. Cover me, I'm going in. It's a pull tab. Yeah, baby. That's it right there. In real life metal detecting. No, you're not finding diamond rings and all that. You're finding trash. All right, so a lot of folks will get into this. I'm one of these, I call it on again, off again detectorists. I used to do this more often, especially when I had the kids, because they'd love to go to the playground and I get to hang out and do some metal detecting. They'd come back and go check out what I'm doing, sometimes join me, then they go back out and play again. Well, all my kids are grown now, but now I have grandkids. And once they get older, I'm sure that I can convince them to a little plastic thing. Let's check it. Oh, I see it. Maybe I can convince them that they want to come out with yours truly to... That's trash. Right there. There it is. Come out and have a little fun. What model are you detecting with? It's the Nokta Makro Simplex Plus. I've had it about 3 years, and I used it. I replaced my old 1225 Fisher, which was a very good detector. I just wanted to have this little visual thing on there. It's cool stuff. Subs, hope to find one day. Oh yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, my biggest find has been that Aggie ring with the diamond in it, but I have found a number of other ones. Here's a pull tab, 30s, 40s, or 30s. Yeah. So once you learn your detector, you certainly can start calling out your targets. Oh, here we go. Mixed signal, 3040s. I'm gonna have to check that one. That could be something good. All right, let's see. Pinpointer City. Oh, yeah, something good. Something large, foily like. Big surface area, you know. Cocaine and metal detecting. All right, you do you. Okay. It's like, all right, I think, here we go. Mixed signal. Okay, it's coming in crackly too. Did it for a few months, found nothing, and trashed you. A few coins, but no silver. All right, cool. Yeah. I'm like an on and again, off again guy, but right now I've been keeping a track of what I found with this thing, and I'll post it probably in the community post at some point. You can see where I was at the last time I posted, but I think I made like, I'm counting just only cloud coins also. I think I called it out earlier. Aggie ring with a diamond in it, so that's probably, what is it, 2,000 maybe bucks now. Yeah, I'm on a big diamond, but hey, it counts, you know. But I kind of like with this one detector on YouTube was calling this dirt fishing, and I like fishing, and it's kind of like fishing. You're basically scanning the ground and trolling like you do fishing. You're just kind of trolling the waters and hopefully hooking into something. So that's kind of what it's like. You don't know what you're going to find. Okay, all right. And like in the past, I used to come out here, but every so often, and I'd come away with like a $2-3 in coins. Now it's been more like cents. Like today, I got 26 cents right now. Yeah, but I did get that cool little, I don't know, costume jewelry thing here, right there. And then I found a bracelet yesterday. So 2026 is already looking up, yeah. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, so if you want to get into metal detecting, this is a good indication of what it's like. A lot of trash, a lot of mixed signals and potential stuff. Other times, like here, I'm in a dilemma here. I'm getting a low return, 5s, 6s, and then it's jumping to the 70s. Okay, and it's a deep 70. So it could be trash, could be treasure, and in this case, let's go and just check the area real quick because we are not getting too much stuff, so we might as well just kind of check it real quick. Okay, this is 60s, faint signal 60s. Okay, so with this pinpointer, you got to dig in a little bit if they're deep. So what I'll normally do if I'm work in a grassy area is I'll use the pinpointer on the metal detector to kind of locate where to start digging or probing, and then once I get in a little bit, I'll use this pinpointer to locate it. Okay, I think I kicked it out. Okay, all right, so let's check real quick. Yeah, I did. It's up here now, 60s. Okay, that could be a penny, or it could be some kind of larger metal object. Okay, it's over here somewhere. There it is. Looks like it may be a penny. Yep. All right, penny. So yeah, signals. There was some other junk in there to kind of throw me. And that one was about 5 inches down. All right, cool stuff. Get it covered, and we'll move on to the next spot. Mulch comes up so easily. Very satisfying. Oh yeah, I love it. Most of these parks I go to usually have this. You need to get over to Europe, a lot more stuff. I don't know. Go to Europe, I'll probably be on vacation doing something else. All right. Alrighty. Okay, let's do it. Come on, come on. All right, so this is like a high traffic area, but not. Let's see, we did this section here, pulled out that 1 penny, found that little jewelry deal there, found a quarter and a penny back over there by the swings. And let's see, I didn't check under there. And then I'm gonna skip over to this other side over here because that's another high traffic area. Okay, Mathematics like peanut butter. All right. Okay, so let's go check underneath here. Okay, nothing. All right, at least we checked. All right, let's go check in around this pole. Double signal there, kind of mixed. All right, let's go move over here. All right, what is this? Okay, let's go on. Yeah, that's the setups where they stage for the marathon deal that they did the other day. 20 some odd miles, pretty good. Okay, let's do this. Okay, working the perimeter first. Okay, so a lot of folks think they're gonna find just tons of stuff. Maybe you might be that lucky individual who comes out the first time or first few times and hooks into something of value. I am not one of those. It's just putting your time in, and really it's a hobby. It's a hobby, but I'll tell you, it's pretty fun when you find something pretty cool. I've had it before, especially when I lived near the beach, where I'd have folks come up and ask about finding their keys. That was cool. Usually tip you something or hook you up with something. Never asked for money for it. We just find it as a favor. And they were all pretty grateful, so it's been pretty cool having that. All right. Okay, and then I have found other rings also when, what was it? Someone lost it and they gave a pretty good area to look, and I was part of a metal detecting club, and you get this phone tree back then where you'd call someone on the line just saying, hey, let's go meet at so-and-so. Someone lost this and they're asking if we could take a look at it and find it. So that's pretty cool, like a public service deal that's offered by that club. That was years ago though, and those guys were like definitely hardcore, out every day, and they would show their best finds at each of the different club events, and man, there was some good stuff to be found. All right, what else is here? We have just trolls making strange comments, any other comment. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. So if you want to get started metal detecting, just keep in mind that one, it's getting harder to find places to go. Like I think somebody called out, and then you do have to be mindful of the local ordinances and whatnot. Like I know in San Antonio, which is further down the road from us here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, you actually have to have a permit. I think it's a free permit, but if you have to have a permit to metal detect the parks. And then I think some places like the Padre Island National Seashore, you definitely can't have any metal detectors, and that's been around for years. Okay, trash right there. Okay, let's go work ourselves around again. All right, what time is it? All right, okay, we may have about another 15-20 minutes. Maybe it's because it's cold, there's not any kids out yet, or it's early, because normally there's a lot more families out here, and I think it's just because it's cold right now, maybe. All right, here's a mixed signal, and it's got a weird return. It's kind of throwing me. Let's skip it for now. Okay, all right, there's a pull tab, right there, pull tab. Okay, let's keep going. Working this little lane right here. This is pretty tough because you got those two deals of metal you can hear it. All right, and when I'm listening here when I do this is just another signal, double signal I call them. All right, let's work this inner part here. Okay, how many things I found since yesterday? A lot of trash. But coin-wise, quarter, a penny, 2 pennies now. Yeah, actually got a second penny. And then some kind of costume jewelry thing. All right, come on. Mojo's off. Let me find this baby right there. Okay, somewhere in here. Man, I think it may be deeper. Okay, let's see. No, it's not deep. It's right there. Right in here. Come on. Well, it's supposed to be there. Let's just check. Do a quick mulch movement. All right. Okay, we'll check it here. Back up. Yeah, right here. Oh, I see it. It was right on top. Foiled again. Okay, I know an archaeologist about getting illegal, etc. Yeah, good call outs, everyone. Bottom line, you got to check what your local rules, ordinances, etc. are. Can't go out there blindly. All right, let's do this thing real quick. Okay, just a quick sweep. Okay, all right, no takers there, it sounds like. No, nope, okay. All right, I'm just kind of working around this inner playground area, seeing if I can coax a target or two to hit or find. Here we go. He's very light. Yeah, very light sound. Man, okay, let's keep going. Here we go. 20s. He's probably trash. Okay, come on. Yep, some kind of foil wrapper dealy. Okay, all right. Let's keep going though. Come on, Mr. Target. These are always cool. Those are consistently been quarters on this machine. Always gets my blood pumping getting the 90s on this thing. Okay, I'm just working around the perimeter of this inner area, play area. Here we go. Ooh, look at that, 90s. Okay, there's a very good chance that's a quarter. Let's see. Well, in this case, it's not a quarter. It's, man, a battery. Jeez. Well, gotta remember that now. Battery. Okay. Well, I was saying 90s. Well, I just got shot down. It looks like batteries also register in the 90s also. Oh, well. Lucky I don't find so many batteries. And then, here we go. 30s. That could be a pull tab. Yeah, let's go check it out. And this is a tough one. See? Got this metal thing. I'm getting a lot of return from metal. But I'm getting a consistent double target hit right here, and it's acting like a pull tab or a nickel, and sure enough it turns out to be a pull tab. But you gotta check it. Plus it gives you another excuse to do another deep knee bend. All right, come on. Okay, I think we're almost done with this area. 18, low number. I have found some really light gold-plated stuff on the low number, but in this case, it looks like it's going to be more of that foily stuff. Foil, yep. And use that low number registers that matter. If you get the crackly sound on a low number, that's the wire. A lot of times, like a little rusted wire or piece. Okay, all right. Let's back up in here now. Let's just do a quick middle sweep just to see. Here we go. On top, more foil. Okay, so yeah, this is in real life metal detecting. Not much treasure, a lot of trash, a lot of deep knee bends to give you some exercise. That's the excuse I'll use for why I'm doing this. Yeah, that's pretty fun though. It's addictive after a while. You get a bunch of trash, and every once in a while you get that winner, like a little mini lottery. Hey, all right. Oh, we got some kids coming now. All right, we're gonna close it up here shortly. I mainly don't detect when families are here because I just want to respect their time here. And I came out early enough that I got the place to myself, which is good for me. All right, I just kicked it out. Oh, where did I kick it out to? Man, I'm telling you, here I am under pressure and I lost it. There it is, right in here. I know it's trash. I can't locate it now. Yeah, it's over here. I can tell by the sound that it's not a great target. Yep, there it is. That's why you have a pinpointer, because you can chase a target all over the place. Yeah, they do get curious. I used to, when I detected without streaming, I would have my headphones on and I could hear them asking questions, but I'd play like I can't hear them. Oops, I just gave away my secret. All right, so let's go over here. Actually, I had the headphones on because I would get better battery life on my old machine. This one, because I'm doing the live stream, someone had said, I want to hear the sound, so okay, I'll take it off. And right now I'm at 4 bars. So I charged this up the other day, gone out about 3 times now, 4 bars. So pretty good battery life on this thing. Surprisingly good battery life. Let's do a drop zone by this slide. Okay, nothing there. I'm trying to hurry up to this one spot right here. It seems like every time I come here, I found a quarter. Maybe it might hold true this time. It's because they climb up on this thing. Something. No, something back in there. All right, getting a lot of mixed signals, so I'm gonna use the pinpointer. Yeah, I'm kicking it out for some reason. No, I'm near the post. This is back here. This is picking up everything. Okay, right there. Right there. These are always tough when you're detecting close to other metal, trying to find that one piece. There it is. That one piece. Well, 1 1/4, but it was a penny. Yeah, it's a penny. All right, so that goes into the box. The good pile. All right, let's just do another quick sweep here. We got some people picking up trash. No kids yet. Okay. All right, we'll do a quick perimeter deal, and then I'm gonna call it. Okay, that is the metal post. Okay, that's the metal post. No, double signal, but it came from that deal of metal there. 2 pieces of structure from the playground next to each other, getting me a double signal. Let's come up on this one little swing area. More junk. Okay, here in the slide area again. Okay, all right, when I get to a metal post, oh, here we go, 17s. Likely trash, let's dig it. Foil, right there, from some kind of wrapper dealie. All right. Okay, come back around. All right, I think we're almost at the tail end of this sweep. So I'm gonna finish it off and then we'll do a recap of everything just to show you what I got. And then, hey, stay tuned. I'll plan on doing some more of these live streams in 2026, as well as I need to do that one recap one because someone had asked what have I found over the years, and I'm doing this for a while. Yeah, for a while. On again, off again, but just to show you that you can still find stuff just on a on again, off again basis. And who knows, sometimes you get into this run or this kick where you're like, hey, let's get out. And I'm wanting to go out more often because I find that these deep knee bends are just certainly helping with my range of mobility when it comes to detecting, using some muscles and getting some joints moving that I don't normally have been using. Because, you know, when you're fishing, you're doing a lot of walking and arm movement when you're fishing and whatnot. You certainly aren't doing a bunch of deep knee bends. All right. Okay, just doing that perimeter search now of the playground area structure, and we're just gonna see if we can get a hit, and then I'll call it at that point. All right, and then I'll summarize what we got today. Wow, surprised I haven't gotten a decent hit yet in this sweep. Pick up the pace a little bit. Here we go. 18, 19s, more foil right there on top too, right on top. Okay, all right, let's take it up here. Okay, let's see if we can get one more before we call it. Try beaches. Beach is far here. Local lakes don't allow metal detecting on their beaches. Here we go. Mixed signals, 40s, 20s. This could be a whole bunch of stuff. And so we gotta certainly give it a try. There's the first thing, pull tab. Let's get that moved and then we'll check it again. There's something here. You heard that? Even though I'm next to a pole, there's something still here. Okay, that's not picking it up. Or maybe I was wrong. It could have been that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not getting the double return. Okay. Normally you'll get a double return if there was something there. Plus the pinpointer will definitely tell you, since it's in all metal mode on the pinpointer. Okay, all right. I think I'm almost done with this perimeter sweep. Let's go right over here by the slides. Okay, let's go right in here. Wow, a lot of metal poles here. Okay, back by the slides. Go over here. Looks like it's gonna be a, we may have to end on trash. Bummer. I try ending on a good target. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, all right. And it seems like I'm being random, but what I'm doing is I'm just following the perimeter of the playground structure. And right now I'm underneath the structure. There looks like a little open area where kids like to run and play. So it's always good to check it. Okay, back around. There's another lane. A lot of poles. You're gonna get a lot of return from the poles. But you're just kind of listening for that signal. That double whammy. All right. Wow, it's warming up now. Nice. Okay, here we go. Why are we at the playground? Because it offers a good chance to metal detect without tearing up the ground. That's why. All right. Okay, and here we go. What was that? I could see it. It's trash. Trashola. Okay, all right. I think we'll finish it off right over here. Yeah, all right. We got kids now coming, so we'll open up the playground for them. And then I'll go find a spot where I can recap everything. Now, here's the wall, and there's the cameras I was telling you about. City monitors. Yeah, and then if I come back along this wall, right along here is this old playground structure where the metal foundation, there's like about 10 of them. Because it was this weird climbing foundation or structure that, let's see, that they had here, and they took it down. I think it's because kids were falling down from it. It's pretty hefty structure, and they just never replaced it. Okay, all right, let's go here. It's a good spot. All right, let's go and shut it down. So I'm gonna shut it down, and the thing I like about this is I can collapse it like so, make it more compact. All right, and then let's go ahead and take out the trash and treasure. All right, okay, so this is the good stuff, I guess you'd call it, and then this is the trash, and I'm gonna throw it away here in a moment. Let's see, bad angle here, sun. Okay, this is what I found today, and if you kind of start counting, that'll give you an idea how many times I went down and picked them up. So that's probably about maybe 50 times I had to bend down and do a little deep knee bend to get this gear, or to get this trash. And everything was picked up on the metal detector. And what I normally do is I'll clean out my bag, make sure I've got it cleared out, because I do like having it nice and open for the next round. Okay, so that's the trash right there. Trash, and the treasure, little costume jewelry dilly right here. So not the bracelet that I got yesterday, but hey, that still counts. And then let's see, looks like 3 clad pennies and a quarter for today's catch. All right, cool beans. All right, well, you guys, thanks for joining today, and let's do this again. And also, I will plan on doing that recap of what I've found in the past, and most of it has been in these playgrounds like so. Be surprised how many times somebody loses something. So with that, we'll catch y'all later. All right, take care.
Alrighty, so
Almost
thanks for
7:30
joining here.
here.
And that was day 2, so January 2nd, 2026, where yours surely picked up the Nokta Makro Simplex Plus. And, well, trying to find a few coins or two. So that said, I'm going to go take us back again. I think some new folks have joined and whatnot. If you've already seen it, I'm going to go ahead and replay the previous video where I'm showing what I was doing to set up for this Nokta Makro Simplex Plus that I had just picked up. This is several years back, and it's basically just going over what you do, or what I suggest you do, when you take up metal detecting and you got a new machine. What you want to do is learn your machine. And one of the easiest ways to do is go ahead and set some, I use note cards, and I taped some different coins and different targets, and basically learned what my machine was going to tell me their signal was, or ID. All right, so I'm going to go and take you there, and let's see, I got to make some adjustments to the screen here. All right, and the big takeaway here is once you learn your machine and you get a little practice round on how to decipher what a target is, you sort of much play a game at the tail end and flip all your cards over and see if you can guess what a different target ID means. All right, let's go ahead and give it a try.
We're going to do a target ID sampling so that yours truly can get an idea how the simplex, the Nokta Makro Simplex works. And with that, I've got some different coins and some different things that I usually find when I go metal detecting. I made a little cheat sheet to go set this up, so really it's just 3 steps, so let's go get it started. So I'll turn the power on. Okay, it's on. Okay, I'm gonna set the mode to field 2 right there using these 2 errors, the minus plus one. I'm gonna set the sensitivity using the minus or the up down button, and that's the sensitivity. So there's up, down. I'm just gonna keep it at 5 right now. Then I'm gonna set the volume by going to setting 1 by hitting this setting button here. All right, and I'm just gonna keep it at, well, let's go make it loud so we can hear it. Then the next thing is I'm gonna set the ground balance. When you set the ground balance, you go to the next setting, hitting the setting button. That's gonna show this deal. It's got a 90, but you can hit this other button, which is the pinpoint button. Okay, so it's set, and now we're ready to go. Okay, so let's go do some target IDing. So the first thing I'm going to do is just start out with the pennies. This is a 2021 penny, coming in at 67. Okay. Next one is a 2000 penny, coming in at 66. Okay, so that was the pennies, and they came in the 60s. Actually, the 1978 penny went all the way up into the 70s. So now let's go try some wheat pennies. So this is a 1946 wheat penny. That's coming in really high, 78. Let's try a 1954 wheat penny. That's coming in 77. That's good to know. All right, next up are the nickels. Let's try a 2015 nickel. Okay, coming in at 30. A 2004 nickel. That one's also in the 30s. A 1997 nickel. That's also in the 30s. Yeah, all right, good to know. All right, let's go check out the dimes next. I got a 2007 and a 1996 dime. We'll start with the 2007. It's coming in at 77, 78, 1996. And that's also 77, 78. Okay. All right. Now let's go with these quarters. I got a 2018 quarter, a 1981 quarter. 1981 quarter is the one before they started doing the state in the back, and then a bicentennial quarter, so 1976. So let's start out with the 2018. We've been getting these in the 90s. And sure enough, 9091. All right, next one is the bicentennial. 90. Okay, 1981. And that's also 90. Nice, and you can hear that loud noise. Okay, good stuff. Now let's go try some trash. Okay, different trash I have. I got a screw, I got some foil, I got a nail, I got a paper clip, I got a little lead split shot for fishing, and a pull tab, and then a piece of copper wire. Got a feeling that copper wire may be like a penny. So let's go try these out real quick. Let's start out with the copper wire. Oh wow, it's not even registering. Okay, it's good to know. Just so clicky noises. Okay, here's that screw. Okay, that's like 15s. Here's some aluminum foil. Well, let's just get that back over here. Aluminum foil. 1820s. Sounds different than the nickel that was in the 30s. Here's a nail. Okay, that's a 9s, plus a little weird clicky noise or grinding noise, or buzzer noise maybe. Here's a paper clip. Paper clip. Okay, it's not registering. Okay, let's do the lead split shot for fishing. All right, not registering. Oh wait, there we go. 30s. Sounded like a little nickel, but different sound, like a not as strong as a nickel. Here's that pull tab, aluminum pull tab. Oh man, that sounds like a lot like a nickel. It's coming in 30s, 36s. Okay, now let's just flip these all over and let's see if we can guess what they are. All right, I got them all on the ground, got some wind, and let's see if we can find out or determine what they are. Some are getting blown around, but let's go see if we can determine what they are based on the sound. All right, let's start over here. 35s. Maybe that's a nickel. Oh, it's the pull tab. Dang, should have figured that out. It was 35s versus the 30s for the penny or for the nickel. 66. 66. I think that's a penny. Yeah, that's a penny. All right, let's go here. Clicky noise, some kind of trash. Yeah, not registering. I think that's probably that wire. Yeah, that's a wire. Okay, next. 67, 60s. I think that's a penny. Yeah, that's a penny. Yeah, that's a penny. 70s, 70 somethings. Pretty good separation too. So 70s, I think that's a dime. Oh man, it's a wheat penny. All right, good to know. I think that's a dime. Oh, that's also the wheat penny. All right, 70s, the wheat penny. Okay. 80s, I think that's the dime. No, it's a 1978 penny. Wow, that threw me. I have to remember that. Okay, not registering. Paper clip. Piece of lead. 70s. I think that's the penny. Oh, it's a dime. Okay, dime. Let's try this one. 90s, that's a quarter. Yep. 22s. Nail maybe? Or the screw? Oh, foil. Foiled again. 90s, that's a quarter. Yep. 20s. 20s. Oh. 20s, 30s. Let me think. Screw. Oh, it's a nickel. Shoot. That's gonna mess me up. That was a nickel. That's a quarter. 90s. 70 something. That's a dime. Yep, that's a dime. Clicky noise. Oh, wait. I think that's a nickel there. Yep. And then that. And that. I think that's junk, and I think this is something else. Maybe that screw. So I think that's like a paper clip. Yep. I think that maybe that screw. Yeah, screw. All right. Not registering. And it's coming in at 30s. I think that's a nickel, and that might be a wire. Yeah, that was a nickel. And that may be the wire. Oh, it's the nail. All right. All right. Well, that's something I'll have to get used to. I'll just mark it down and make a little table so I can remember these different things. But all right. So cool. Set up, turn it on. I put it on field 2. Then I set the sensitivity. And then after that, I went with the volume. And then I went with the ground balance. All right. So I'll just recap it real quick again. We turn it off. Turn it back on. Okay, I'm doing this from memory now. Okay, so first thing is set it to field 2 by using these arrows. So it's on field 2. And then the next is set the sensitivity, like these up down buttons. So there, I'm gonna leave it on 5, and then hit the setting. That gets me volume. I'll leave it all the way up there. Then I'm going to go to ground balance. And at this point, I'm going to hit the pinpoint and go up and down till I hear the beep telling me it's ground balance. There's the beep. Okay. All right. And that's it.
Okay, so appreciate you guys checking out the way I like to learn my machine. And let's see. Bear with me here. My fancy camera gear is not so fancy. All right, bear with me here. There we go. Okay, so with that, we're gonna go and wrap up tonight, and we'll plan to do another one of these. Unfortunately, we're going to be mainly having to do this because we got that winter storm that is just really hitting us in the area. Right now, it's like a wintry mix is what they're calling outside. And so, mind you, that Nokta Makro Simplex Plus can handle a little rain, but yours truly does not like going out there when it's cold, wet, and rainy, as well as snowy and icy. So, with that, do stay tuned. We'll do this again in the near future. If we can't go metal detecting, we can certainly talk about metal detecting as well as show some tips and suggestions and whatnot. I looked at the polls that I posted here right off the bat, talking about the Fisher 1225X. It's an older machine from way back when. I think it's been replaced by the Fisher F1, F2, I think it is now. It sounds like about not so many of y'all have used that machine, okay? And in the case of Nokta Makro Simplex Plus, it looks like there have been some folks. 3 people voted, 67%, so 2 out of the 3 have used that machine. In the case of the pinpointer, we had 4 folks calling it out, where I asked, do you use a pinpointer? Bottom line, they came back with 1 out of the 4 said yes. What does that mean? Maybe the other 3 need to think about getting a pinpointer, because it is a game changer when it comes to finding a target, chasing a target, and locating it quickly. I seem to chase a lot of those little small targets when I'm using the pinpointer on my machine. Switch over to the pinpointer itself. I can target, stay on my deep knee bend, on my knees, doing a little search for that particular gear, not having to go up, down, sweep, check, whatnot with my machine. All right, all for now, and stay tuned for more with Zeke's Metal Detecting Finds, aka Glenn. I'm Glenn. I just use Zeke's as a pen name. All right, so with that, if you're liking what you're seeing and you want to join me out on these metal detecting mobile live stream in real life IRLs. Do stay tuned as the things warm up. I'll definitely be out there again, either early morning or late night, or well, night. Our park closed at 11 p.m. In our area, so I won't be past the 11 o'clock closing time, but I certainly will be out there beforehand. And that Fox LE hand lamp light or whatever that I put around my waist by my tool belt, that is a game changer. I'm able to keep the phone here focused on the area that I'm searching. At the same time, I've got some good lighting because I've got that headlight lamp thing around my waist, and it's directional, so I can keep the light down there in the money zone, as I call it. And hey, maybe I'll be able to find more than just a coin or two, but maybe some jewelry as well. All right, all for now, and happy hunting. All right, take care.